Okay, class. So now let's have an example for superposition. As you can see in this figure, let's try to apply the steps in having the value of a certain branch. Let us say this VT here. So if we apply superposition, ika nga doon. So to first step down is turn off yung most of the supplies and also remain one supply only. So first, what if we apply yun nga, since we have two source here, so meaning we will have a two value for this one. Let us say this one we have here. So we have two source here. So first, ang V1 natin, we will have a certain value of we can say that we have a value for V is equal to V prime plus V double prime. Now, yun nga, first, to turn off most of the supplies and remain one source only. So first, if I try to turn off this, i-off ko ito, make this equal to 0. So, ang mangyari dito is this one. We have this figure 8. So, to make current equal to 0, mag-open circuit ka. So now, ang nangyari dyan is this one. Active now ngayon is yung 6 volts natin. So now, you only have to do is voltage division to solve for V1, V prime. Or pwede mong sabihin V1. Pwede natin sabihin na ito V1 or V2. So wag na natin gawing by prime. It's up to you how to name those figure. And yes, so let's solve. So first, our V is equal to V1 plus V2. As you can see here, V1 for the voltage contributed by 6 volts and V2 for the voltage contributed by the 3 ampere. So now let's solve this one. So this one will be so much easy because we only have to do is to use voltage division. So to solve for V1, we simply have to do is 6 volts times 4 over 8 plus 4. So we have 24 over 12. So we have V1 which is equal to 2 volts. So we have V1. So now, this one na naman, we can simply apply the current division. So for current division, why? Kasi for us to solve the current entering in this branch, and after that, we multiply it by resistance of the 4 ohms. We have V2 is simply equal to 4 times I3. So I2, I3 yung pinangalan nyo doon. So we solve for I3. And for I3, we have 3 times 8 over 8 plus 4. We have 24 over 12, and we have I3 which is equal to 2 volts. So now, to have V2, we simply do 4 times 2, which is 8 rather. 8 instead of 6, sorry. So we have this. So we have 4 times 2, which is 8 volts. So now, since we have the value for V1 and V2, we simply do the summation of their V1 and V2, their values. So we have 2 for V1 and for V2 we have 8. So we have 8. So now we have 10 volts. So yan. So yan lang siya. Ganun lang siya kadali. And to prove that if it's true, let's solve it by nodal analysis. So, yun nga, by nodal analysis. By nodal analysis, yun nga, we name this one the ground, and we have named this V. Now, we have at node V1, or V rather, kasi We will solve this one by normal solving of the circuitry. It's either nodal or mesh, but let's solve this one by nodal. So now this one leaves V and also this one, and now we have entering. If I name this one 2, this is 3. So we have 3 ampere is equal to I2 plus I3. Now, we have 3 is entering in this node, and we have currents which is leaving in this node, which is the I3 and I2. So we can write I2 as V minus 6 over 8 plus V over 4. Now, to solve for the LCD of the 8 and 4, syempre, we have 8. Now we have 8 times 3, we have 24 is equal to V minus 6 kasi 8 yan, cancelled out. Now we have 8 divided 4, we have 2 multiplied by V, we have 2V. Now we have, transfer ko dito, we have 30 is equal to 3V because 1 plus 2V, we have 3V. Now, we divide both sides by 3, so value for V is 10 volts. So as you can see, na-prove natin na, which is, ito yung ginawa ko is nodal analysis, and this one is superposition. Ganun lang siya kasimple, class.